This is breaking news.
Prince Harry talks fatherhood and why he's never voted in surprise lay appearance. The Duke of Sussex surprised the crowd at the Upfront Summit in Los Angeles, speaking about approaching everything in my life through the lens of service. Prince Harry made a surprise appearance at a venture capital event on Thursday, speaking to the crowd at the Upfront Summit in Los Angeles. The Duke of Sussex, 40, began his remarks by acknowledging the crowd's shock at his unannounced presence at the event. But he promised he had something important to say. "I'm here to talk about something that I believe will resonate with all of you as leaders, creators, builders, and changemakers. How do we invest in our shared future to solve the challenges we face today as a divided society?" Harry told the audience. "As a dad, this has me constantly looking for solutions. As a man who was born into a life of service, I recognize that with power and a platform comes responsibility," he continued. "And these days, I am determined to find and invest in solutions." Harry noted that his royal upbringing gives him a unique apolitical perspective on most subjects. "Hell, I've never even been allowed to vote," he joked. He explained that service to others has always been his main keystone when attempting to build a better world. "That's true from Nigeria to Nepal, and from Sydney to Santa Barbara," Harry shared. "It's the same approach I've taken in founding charities like the Invictus Games Foundation back in 2014 that supports and rehabilitates wounded and injured service personnel and veterans through sport, and more recently with the Arkwell Foundation, where we show up and do good for those who need it most, supporting social impact initiatives, including digital safety and education, all under the umbrella of protecting our collective mental health." The Duke of Sussex continued, "The way that I answer the question of how we invest in our shared future is different now living in the US equals to when I was living in the UK. Why? Because before I moved, so much of my life revolved around charity. Since then, while my charities remain a core part of my life's work, I've also been focusing on upstream solutions and prevention, driven by decisions and investments that address problems before they require fixing. Still, I've approached everything in my life through the lens of service. I'm not one to be caught in the divide between left or right views, not cornered by a belief in blue or red," he added. "Hell, I've never even been allowed to vote. From my institutional role traveling the world to my decade of duties in the military, I saw the power of serving others firsthand," he said. "My personal experiences overseas taught me that when you put others first, you build stronger, more sustainable systems. That's true from Nigeria to Nepal, and from Sydney to Santa Barbara." Prince Harry assured the crowd that he had not wandered into the wrong room, pivoting to a discussion about how individuals and companies alike can invest in companies that are developing technological solutions to address the root causes of societal challenges. "I spent the last 5 years, sometimes publicly but primarily quietly, investing in companies that align with my values and vision of a better tomorrow, companies that understand the power and significance of service," he shared, noting a commitment to causes supporting mental fitness to carbon sequestration, early education to veteran employment. "In a world where technology is more embedded in our lives than ever before, it's easy to forget the human aspect of it," he continued. "I've seen firsthand how technology can bring people together, but more often how it can divide and harm them, especially our children. And if we aren't prioritizing the safety of our children, what does that say about the very industry that is shaping our world? Every business decision can reflect a commitment to serving others, whether it's your customers, your community, or the planet," he told the crowd. "That's the future I see. Companies that are designed not just for profit, but for an investment in a better shared future." Following Prince Harry's remarks, he joined Mark Suster, managing partner at Upfront Ventures, for a Q&A. The conversation ranged from a deeper discussion about service, leadership, and Harry's military background to more light-hearted, rapid-fire personal questions. The Duke of Sussex's surprise appearance comes just weeks after the 2025 Invictus Games. Harry founded the Games in 2014 and celebrated their 7th iteration in Vancouver and Whistler, Canada, earlier this month. Can't get enough of People's Royals coverage? Sign up for our free Royals newsletter to get the latest updates on Kate Middleton, Meghan Markle, and more.